glad you were able to make it in.
Thanks.
How was your trip in? Did you get lost coming in?
I never get lost.
Fantastic. I'm glad to hear
I have
that.
GPS.
GPS. That's good. That's a lifesaver when you're on the road.
That's right.
So what brings you in today?
I don't know. I just need to talk to somebody and need outside help with things going on because I'm having a hard time dealing with everything right
Okay.
now.
Okay. So you say you're having a hard time dealing with things right now. What kind of things are you having a hard time dealing with? Do you mind telling me a little bit more about that?
Lots of guy trouble.
Guy trouble.
Lots of guy trouble. Um, I don't know if I'm just not picking the right guy or what, but I'm just, rebounding in one relationship into another failed relationship into another failed relationship.
Okay. So you're having some trouble, some issues with relationships. You haven't been able to find the ideal mate, correct?
And I don't like to be alone.
Okay.
So,
Well, being lonely can be very hard. So
yeah.
that's understandable. You know.
So, and I've got, lots of other issues, my finances are crazy. The economy's crazy. It's stressful. I hate my job.
Okay.
I've got stuff going on there. Um, you know, I'm just not happy
Okay.
all around.
You mentioned that you haven't you're going from one relationship to the next. Have you just recently broken up with someone?
Sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Um, well, we broke up.
You broke up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long were you two together?
Not long.
How long?
Not long.
Let's say a few weeks, few months.
Like a month.
About a month.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't like your job?
No, I hate my job.
You hate your job?
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you hate about your job?
Going into it. Going into work.
You'd rather not be at work at
I'd
all?
rather not be at work, yeah. The people, my boss, what I do,
Right.
pretty much everything about it.
Okay.
I'm there and I have an attitude about being there and I hate it.
Okay. Have you always hated your job, or is this something that just kind of sprung up at some point in time?
I don't know. I think it just, I don't know if it has to do with everything else going on in my life, that I'm just so stressed out with everything else that, just one more thing,
Right.
So I can't really pinpoint what it is at the job, but it's just, I'm having issues
Okay.
there.
All right.
So
So just going into work every day, that just frustrates things even more.
some days just getting out of bed,
Okay.
it's, exhausting just to even get out of bed.
Right.
Get a shower and go and do anything.
Okay.
It's overwhelming.
Do you have a hard time sleeping at night?
Yes. I never sleep. I haven't slept in years.
No. In years.
Years.
Okay.
Like slept through the night. Like go to bed at 8, 9 o'clock, wake up when the alarm goes off. It hasn't happened in years.
Is there anything keeping you awake at night, like disturbing thoughts, pain?
No, I just can't sleep.
Can't sleep?
I'm just wide awake.
On average, like how many hours a night do you think you sleep?
No, no consecutive hours.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like an hour and I wake up.
Okay.
And I'll get up, walk around, go to the bathroom, lay back down.
Right.
Another hour will go by, I'll be up, so maybe 3 or 4 hours a night, like all added together, but not like consecutively.
Okay.
So my mind doesn't shut down. My mind's constantly going and thinking about stuff and what's going to happen and what's not going to happen,
So you have like a lot of racing thoughts?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right. That can be pretty conflicting.
Yeah, and so in the morning I'm like exhausted, and then it's like to get up and face another day. It's just like, oh my God, seriously?
Because of the exhaustion, or you just don't want to face anyone outside
Both.
of your house?
Both.
Both.
Both. Some days I just don't want to deal with anyone. I'd rather just, lay in bed, not answer my phone,
Right. Okay.
just be by myself.
All right. So, just make sure I got everything so far. You've been having some relationship issues. You're not too fond of work. You don't sleep too much.
Mm-hmm.
You say you have a lot of racing thoughts. You know, you're in and out of consciousness during the night during the night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you do anything else besides work? Like anything for like leisure activity?
I hang out and drink.
You know, and drink.
With my friends. That's about it.
How many drinks within a week do you think you have?
It depends. Depends on the week.
Depends on the week.
Yeah. Sometimes thousands.
Okay. Thousands within a week?
Sometimes.
You enjoy drinking, huh?
I love it.
Let's say within an average day, how many drinks do you think you have on any given average day?
I don't know. I've never counted.
Okay.
Like drinks in a cup, or sips from the bottle, or does the sipping from the bottle count?
Maybe we should estimate this in terms of bottles. Let's say how many bottles of alcohol would you go through within a week?
In a week? 4 or 5? Between 4 and 10. 4 and 10 in a week.
Little bottles or big bottles?
I don't know. Regular size. Aren't they all regular size?
Well, I've seen them come in various sizes. I've seen like the little ones that they keep behind the
Oh,
counter.
no, not the little
Then
ones.
you got the bigger ones that are like on the shelf out and about in the store.
Maybe like a big bottle of Goose a week, at least one. A big bottle of Cafe Patron. And about a half a bottle of Don Julio.
Okay.
That's just in a couple days.
Okay.
So, times 2 would be a week. But if people are drinking with me sometimes, they might have some of that. So
They'll have some of that.
they'll have some of that. So it won't all be mine.
Okay. But still, most of it is yours.
It depends how many people are drinking with me.
Okay. Do you always drink with friends, or do you drink alone most of the time?
Sometimes I drink alone.
Okay.
Like, they have to go home sometime.
Okay.
So, then I'm drinking by myself.
Right.
If I'm thirsty.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes.
Does it make you feel better after you've had a few drinks?
It makes me feel relaxed, and sometimes it helps me sleep.
Okay.
So, that and an Ambien, and I'm good to go.
Okay. So so you say it makes you feel relaxed. So is there a bit of restlessness that you feel throughout the day, throughout the course of the day, that you feel you need a drink to be able to calm your nerves better?
Yeah, I just feel anxious, like, just anxious about stuff.
Okay. Anxious. What are some things you think you might be?
Just
Tell me a
financial
little bit about
stuff.
your anxiety.
Just, I have a lot of financial stuff that makes me anxious, and I
Yeah.
have, huge anxiety about just going into work.
Right.
It's like when I get out of work, that's all I want to do is have a drink, because it's like, oh my
Right.
God,
Right.
I just need to unwind.
Like a
you know?
relief, because you
Yes.
already don't like being there all day, and
Like,
you got to
ooh,
be there
day's
for how many
over.
hours.
Exactly. Day's
Yeah.
over, thank God, let's have a drink.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll stop and have drinks with friends, or sometimes I'll just go home and, pop a bottle and have a drink, or at 5.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely glad that you came in today. A lot of things that you're saying that you're experiencing, those are not very easy things to go through, especially for you to get to the point where you feel you need to come in and talk with somebody. That's a huge step. It's a very huge step. One of the things I'd like to do is, work with you with maybe coming up with some plans on how we can, how you can move forward with trying to relieve yourself of some of the anxiety that you've been going through. Like you mentioned, the economy's been affecting you. When you mentioned your bills, you're not alone in experiencing struggles with bills. It's all about a matter of coming up with a good plan of action that works specifically for you. One of the things that I'd like you to do, I'm going to give you a little bit of homework. Nothing too big though. I want you to take a simple sheet of paper, and what you're going to do is take a simple sheet of paper, and you're basically just going to fold it in half, and you're going to write on one side, stress me out, or things that stress me out. And on this side, you're gonna write things that make me feel better.
Okay.
And what I want you to do is, and you can just like, it doesn't have to be neat when you bring it back here. You can simply keep it in your pocket. Whenever something happens throughout the day that stress you out, I want you to write it down.
Okay.
If it's a place that stresses you out, I want you to write it down.
Okay.
If it's a person, write it down in your stress column. First thing that make you feel better, write it down. Rather it's yeah, a drink that you happen to like, and you have a drink, write that down.
Okay.
If
The
it's,
specific type of drink?
you can write whatever you like. This is your inventory.
Okay.
Rather it's a television program you like,
Okay.
or a place you go to, or a person you told that makes you feel better. You can write that down in your column.
Okay.
And then when you come back, we're gonna go over this, and we're just gonna go over this and talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Help see if that helps us come up with any good ideas of things that we might like to start working forward towards in the future.
Okay.
Have you ever gotten to, you drink a lot? Have you gotten to a point in your life where you feel that you may have drank too much, to where it may have harmed you?
When I have a really bad hangover.
You have a really bad
Yeah.
hangover.
Yeah.
You drink more.
Sometimes to
Okay.
get rid of the hangover, the best thing to do, they say the best thing to do is to have a drink.
Does it work?
It does. It works. If you
Okay.
drink the same thing you were drinking the night before,
Okay.
or a Bloody Mary.
A Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Okay. What about after any of your breakups? Has that ever led to more drinking than usual?
Sometimes.
How about this last one you've had?
Mhm.
How did it affect you? Your last breakup?
I just, he was a loser and he broke up with me, and so I just like, I can't even date a loser,
Okay.
so I don't know, I just
A loser?
started partying. Yeah, he was a loser. So, he had issues himself. So,
Explain that to me a little bit, if you don't mind.
he just had we didn't have much in common. I can put it like that. We didn't have much in common. We just looked like an odd couple. We didn't look like we belonged together, and
Okay.
everybody told me that.
Okay.
And my best friend tried to tell me that he wasn't the guy for me, but I just, I like to learn by the school of hard knocks, I guess.
Okay.
You know.
But being in sync with your mate, that's very important. So it's normal for you to have that concern and feel that was important.
Right. So yeah, I just pretty much, we broke up and I just started drinking, and went on for a few days.
And did it make you feel bad because you had to break up with this person?
He broke up with me.
He broke up with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, I'm good now, I guess. So,
And you weren't ready for the relationship to end so quickly.
I think I was, and I wanted to end it. I didn't, and then he broke up with me. I should have broken up with him in retrospect,
Okay.
but he broke up with me first. So, I don't know.
All right.
Maybe the fact that I knew I was going to break up with him, and he broke up with me, is what was so shocking